What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Beyond the Board Shorts podcast. We only got three of us today, and you can see James's podcast. James's setup basically is a bit pixelated. Not gonna lie, what's going on with your Wi-Fi?
Bro, I upgraded, I changed the box, I changed services. I don't know what's going on.
It seems all right now, actually.
This is actually better. Yeah, we've
Yeah,
improved.
yeah,
Patience, patience.
yeah. Let's hope it does well. How you doing, Matt? How's things?
You are you asking me or James?
Yo,
Oh yeah,
you, Matt.
me. I'm good, bro. I'm very, very good. I'm 4 weeks post show now, so I'm feeling fantastic.
Yeah, yeah.
Got the energy levels back. Sleep's great. I'm feeling good. Just
Mm,
been busy, very, very busy.
I see, man. That's what we love to hear.
Had a
And
lovely drive over to London this week to see James here in person.
yes, I
He's
saw
looking
that. How was
good.
that? How's he looking?
He's fucking looking good. He won't big himself up, but I'll big him up. He's looking good.
You
Yeah.
getting there, chipping away.
How many weeks out now, James?
This weekend will be 7.
Ooh, it's coming, bro.
So we're getting there.
How'd you feel?
Starting to feel it now. I think from last week,
Mm,
you just feel a bit draggy.
yeah, yeah.
But strength is holding, so that's like the biggest factor to consider, I think. So just try to enjoy it.
That's it, man. Well, we look forward to
Still,
seeing how
still
you
outlift,
come.
he's still outlifting me, so strength is definitely holding.
Boy, he's strong, isn't he?
He
Nah,
is strong.
I kept up with the boys. That's about it.
Nah, you're
The only
strong,
thing I
bro.
got him on is bicep curls, and that was it. So I'm keeping hold of that.
Yeah, you better, man. You moved on to classic physique, bro. You need to be training arms. But yeah, now, guys, we have a good.
Hang on. I was thinking of you. What's going on with you?
Who, me?
Yeah, you. I
Ah,
see lots of
man.
posts coming up, carousels, this, that, and the other. What's going on?
What do you mean? Post coming up carousels? Ah, just normal stuff.
Just like where you started to where you are, and it's
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, so I
content.
recently put up like a brief summary of my journey so far. And just it's just kind of to park. Like I felt like when I came, you know, away from the stage, I hadn't really tell like the people like what I'm actually doing, what I'm going into. So it's kind of like to just help people understand like where my content is starting to go and what I'm trying to do. And it's basically now that I'm going to be not competing for a while. I'm just gonna be like doing the lifestyle stuff in terms of like being optimizing my health, literally try to just be as you know lean but strong as possible. That's my goal.
Are you going to
Actually,
start
right.
calling it elite lifestyle?
Yeah, pretty much elite lifestyle, but I'm gonna do the NSU lifestyle. But like the thing is like I want to be able to like I'm gonna start running like but that's not what you guys think about it. But it's more about like just to
Hang
get my
on.
health, my engine back. I'm not gonna do no high rocks shit. I ain't
Yeah,
doing
he's
none
doing it.
of
He's going to do
that.
a
No
high rock.
way. There's
I
no chance.
boxing, probably a triathlon, anything
Yeah,
just to find some competition.
Yeah, I'm a competitor, bro. Like through. Like there's never been a time in my life when I haven't been competing.
Mm.
Like how weird is that? So it's like I need something else to like
An outlet.
an outlet. So it could be running, it could be martial arts, it could be something. Who knows yet? But you guys will find out soon. But like in terms of like outside of like fitness is always going to be a massive part of me. But as you guys know, the main thing for me right now is just continue just building myself, building businesses as I'm doing at the moment and just having fun with it, man. And yeah, so no competing, but I'm still going to be like in the bodybuilding world. Hence why I'm still doing this podcast to got clients competing. But my personal journey is just gonna be just look lean and mean, but like not having to eat like bodybuilding food 24/7.
Mm.
That's pretty much it.
we'll both be at that point one day.
Yeah, man. It's nice, bro. Come join me.
No, yeah, no, yeah. I've got some things to accomplish first, but
Yeah, do you know
hopefully,
what? That's it. Like, get it out of your system, do what you need to do. And like, I feel like I've done that personally. I've done everything I wanted to do and
I'll
more.
probably still be going when I'm 60. I'll get that card one day.
I love the process. It's still there.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, guys, before we actually get deeper about us, we do have a guest on and he's waiting. So and I don't want to keep him waiting too long. So this guy is a multiple Olympian, all right? Big guy in the game, and I know him, and you guys know him. but we're going to introduce him right now. It is Eman, the craziest back in the game, in my opinion. James will probably agree with that as well. Well, James is probably catching up to him now, but that's a different story. But we're going to let him in and we're just going to let him talk. We're going to ask him about his life. We want to know more about him behind, the board shows, which is one of the main reasons why we developed this podcast, is to get to know the real people behind who you see online, right? So, and we enjoy doing that, don't we? Like, so we're just gonna get him back up and do that. All right. So, without further ado, we're gonna bring on Eman. All right. Let's see, drum roll.
Hey.
Drum roll. Let me ask him to unmute. All right, bro. We're ready for you, bro. When you're ready. The thing is about Zoom, it's always like technical difficulties.
Oh,
Yo, yo. Sorry about the wait, bro.
Sorry about the way, bro.
It's
internet.
not
Oh,
Winter's
Man,
fault.
y'all had me over here pending.
How you doing, bro? The man like James had his Wi-Fi down for a while, but we all good. But yeah, guys, we have man like Eman on the podcast today. And today, as always, we want to, get to know him, get to know the guy behind the board shows, get to know who the real Eman is. You guys know him with the crazy back. You know him, the guy that is in the Olympia, doing the Arnold, doing all the big shows. But we want to know who's the guy behind all the accolades. So, Eman, how you doing, bro?
I'm good, brother. How you doing today, Isaac?
Yeah, man, I'm very good, bro. We have James here. James is the other black guy on the podcast. And then
What's
we
up,
have
James?
Matt also up there as well.
What's up, man? How you doing, brother?
Yo, yo, yo. Let's
Yeah,
get
so
into it. Let's get into it.
we got a few
Isaac's got
questions.
loads of questions for you, bro, so I'm sure he's going to rattle them off.
Yeah, we
Talk
got a
to
few
me.
questions. Yeah, and one of the main things I always like to ask guys on like the start, like just to kind of set the scene, we know you, like guys know you. If you're in the industry, if you're in men's physique, people know who Eman is. But we want to know the guy, like why did you get into bodybuilding? Like, what was the initial thing that actually made you decide, you know what? I'm gonna give this bodybuilding a go, because we were all there once upon a time, weren't we? We were
Yeah,
all like, "Oh, let's give this a go." But what was that for you? Tell us about the journey to stepping on stage.
man. I appreciate y'all guys having me on today. Oh man, I was playing sports in college. Was playing football,
Mm,
and football was over with, you know. And either I was gonna go to the next level, or go into something that I was still gonna be relevant at. You know, I was a really good football player. I was a really good baseball player in college, but what are the chances of me getting to the league, MLB or NFL?
yeah,
You know, what were the chances? You know, I think it's like one out of like 120,000 make it to the NFL, actually make it on the team.
shit.
And then it's even harder for baseball, you know, like it's one in like 300K to make the team.
Yeah, that's
So you
nuts.
have to be that good. I mean, so I'm 5'9", 190 pounds, playing safety. And I don't know if y'all guys are familiar with the NFL. You know, at the time, safeties in the NFL were like Cam Chancellor, you know, the Legion of Boom for the Seattle Seahawks. Like he's 6'4", 220 pounds. You know, who you gonna pick?
Crazy.
You know, and same thing with me and Mike Trout and Aaron Judge. We played in Orlando together down in Disney World when we were just 17, 18 years old.
Mm,
Who you gonna take? You know, 6'8", you know, that hits home runs every time he gets to the thing, or a 5'9", 190-pound second baseman that,
mm.
you know, that batting average is 250 and his batting average out of high school probably close to 400. Who you gonna take?
Yeah, for sure.
I wonder
So
how many great bodybuilders have come about from that situation though, because obviously Phil Heath wanted to be a basketball player, right?
yeah,
And then obviously the height thing probably is what stopped him, I imagine. Went into bodybuilding and absolutely crushed it. So I
yeah,
wonder how, because I think we're all very competitive, right?
we
So we
are
probably all have a
very,
sporting background.
very, very, very competitive, man. So I had to make that pivot, you know, of shooting my shot and continue to try to go there. And if, you know, I mean, I could have went to the CFL. I could have went to arena football. I could have came overseas where y'all guys at and started playing.
Mm,
But I'm such a homebody, like connected to my family. I had to make a choice. I was like, I can be competitive with training. I even thought about CrossFit, you know.
Oh,
I
really?
was still competitive.
Mm.
So right at that time, I was 20, getting ready to turn 23. And I didn't know, I had no idea bodybuilding exists. I knew Ryan Coleman, Phil
Mm.
Heath, Dexter Jackson. I knew the popular people like Arnold. I
Yeah.
knew the top five most iconic guys on the face of the earth. People were like, "Oh, you should try bodybuilding, bro. You look great. This is a new division in men's physique." And this was around 2014, and I was like, "I'm good. I'm just gonna work out. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna
Yeah.
work out and go fishing and hunting and just be a regular person. Get out of college and just work a regular job and just work out. You know." And then I got injured. I hurt my hip
Mm.
and I was like, oh, I can't perform at my highest level anymore. You know what I mean? So therefore, a guy hit me up saying, "Hey, it's a bodybuilding show. You should come check it out." You know, and I went to the bodybuilding show. I had no idea, and I went there and I seen like the open bodybuilders that were they wear their trunks. You know,
What'd you
and I'm
think?
like, I don't want to do that. 'Cause I was like, I don't want to do that. And then fast forward to 2017. I met with a guy up here that had his own bodybuilding show here where I'm at now, and I went to the show, and he was like, "You should compete one day." And I said, "I'm okay. I don't want to wear those like the little tidy whities. I don't want to wear those." And then it fast forward until like the following year in 2018. Man, I got nationally qualified, and the following year I turned pro like in two
Oh,
shows.
that quick.
You know, like I didn't want to do it. Honestly, I didn't want to do it because I was like. I'm a foodie. I love food. And then if you take something away from me that I truly, truly love, I'm
Mm.
gonna be a rebel. You know, I'm gonna fight you. I'm gonna go against you. I'm gonna argue with you. And it took a long time for me to like balance out to find me a coach to test because I'm very coachable. So
Mm.
you put a plan in front of me, I'm gonna execute the plan. And then if I get the results that we're needing, I'm gonna ask, or if I don't get the results, I'm gonna ask for feedback. Like, hey, where do we go from here? And
Yeah.
I treated it like if I was still in football.
Mm.
And then I love it that way because like so many people are like, oh man, you can't compete X, Y, and Z back to back back. Bro, I played 14 games in a row. Football,
Yeah.
state champion,
A lot higher
all
than bodybuilding.
state, and they're like, oh, bodybuilding. I say, it really not, bro. Like, think about it. I played safety. I had to hit tight ends, guards, like the big guys on the field, like on a
Yeah.
regular every play.
Yeah.
So your body is wear and tear. So that dream is gone, you know.
Yeah.
But I truly fell in love with bodybuilding, and I love the athletic side of things of it, like the preparation and going into a show. And
Mm.
I use what I already had to fuel what I'm going to be doing. So here we are at year 8, and I've competed at the highest level in everything that I've done: baseball, football, all of it, even it comes down to playing pickleball. I'm that competitive. Like I don't want to lose,
Yeah.
you know. But again,
Yeah.
that's just how it is. I mean, I come from a sport background where it didn't work out and I pivot it to find something else where I know I could be athletic and good at.
But you know what?
It,
Like,
it, go on, Isaac.
it's what you're saying, bro. Like it's so I've heard this similar story like time and time again with loads of different like competitors. Because the guys that truly do well in competing, in my opinion, are the guys that either come from a sporting background where they understand what it takes to be a good athlete,
Hmm.
or they come some kind of sporting background, or maybe something happened like injuries or something like that, and they needed a different outlet, you know.
Yeah.
Or in your scenario, they realize that, you know what, though I have a passion for one particular sport, unfortunately, I don't have the genetics for it,
Hmm.
because that's the same thing with bodybuilding. Because you may have the passion for bodybuilding as well, but you may not have the genetics for it. Do you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I see it all
And
the time. I see
you
it. I
know,
see it all the time. It's a short story where you can look at it as like Branch Warren will never beat Phil Heath at 100%.
yeah,
Phil Heath had all the genetics. Branch Warren genetics are great, but it's not Phil Heath's genetics.
hmm,
You can look at it and like, okay, this guy's 100%, but this guy's 85%. But I'm still looking at this guy at 85%. Like, it's exactly how it happened to me in baseball, where I can go 3 for 4 in a game, singles, But
Mm.
Aaron Judge step up to the bat and go 5 for 5, 4 home runs. Who are you gonna pick?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
This guy scored 4 times. I didn't score. I just got on base.
Yeah.
They can utilize me. They can use me as a utility player,
Mm.
but I'm not gonna put tickets in the seats.
Yeah. Yeah.
It comes down to the business aspect too. So yeah, I would love to continue my football journey, but how long were I was going to be able to put my body through that stress and get beat up? Yeah, I would have been making 300K a year on the practice squad for the Tennessee Titans or somebody, but at what cost? Like I got to tackle Derrick Henry every play.
Yeah.
I
Like
think I think that on a genetic front as well, it goes to prove how good you are for this sport as well, with
Yeah.
how quickly you turn pro and then go into the Olympia. Like you ran off some figures earlier, how many people actually become in the NFL? What was the numbers you said there?
I think I break it down even more for you. 1 million kids play Pop Warner, play Little League football.
Yeah.
1 million. That shrinks down to about 500,000 when it comes to from ninth grade to a senior year in high school. It breaks down to about 500.
Mm.
And then it breaks down even more whenever they get ready to go to college. I mean, only 1 out of 100,000 people get picked up for a university. That's Division 1.
That's insane.
Bro, like it goes down to like .0001 to even make it to the NFL from that percentage. So you can be the top 100 McDonald's player of the year in basketball, and then and then you'll go to college, and then we'll never see you again because you know what it takes to get to the NFL.
Mm.
Yeah.
You got to pass the eye test. You got to be 7 foot tall. And most of us aren't.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Well, the
It
reason
goes
why
down. It goes down to that.
the reason why I asked about those figures because I'd be very interested to know how many people bodybuild, but how many people get to the Olympia like you have. Like, I wonder what the ratios of that is because again, it goes to prove like you are made for this sport because I bet the numbers there are pretty crazy as well.
Yo, man, it is. I'm glad you brought that up. I mean, we all in this bodybuilding world. When you go to an amateur show, I mean, think about it. It kind of ticks me off. It's like if it's two people in a class, now those two people are national qualified.
Yeah.
So those people go to nationals, and what if it's two people in that class in nationals?
Mm.
Now this guy that's probably 15% body fat on stage just got his pro card because they only can judge what's there.
Yeah, for sure.
I wish it was
And
that
that
easy over here. I'll tell you that.
so it's crazy, man. But that's why I respect y'all so much more because like it's probably 100 of y'all as an amateur that'll smoke some of these people that's pros.
Yeah, yeah, we got
Just
some
be,
really good guys.
just because how I just explain it. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? Like when I went to national, I had 40 guys in my class.
Yeah.
This was 2018. Now it's like, oh man, I'm gonna strategize. I'm gonna bulk all year, and then I'm gonna compete at the end of the year. But yeah, now you could have got your pro card in May, and now you're going up against a playing field that everybody looks like a pro. Like you can strategize it that way, but
Mm.
also with bodybuilding, you really can't gauge it. You really can't, because like you can have 300 people at one show, and the next show you may have 50.
Mm.
And those guys that got second, third, fourth, fifth could potentially be pros in a month, but the level of competition that was there,
Yeah,
but
for
you have no control over that. But that's a different conversation now. Me and
sure.
Isaac are gonna talk about.
Yeah, yeah, that's a completely different conversation. Yeah, because the thing is as well, like you just never know like who's gonna turn up. You just don't know who's gonna turn up. So like the point is in bodybuilding is to just bring your best. That's all you can think about. That's
Hmm.
all you can do. But let's run it back to you, bro, because you said something that you was it 2 shows you did and then you turned pro.
Yeah, I did a show in 2017, but it was like it wasn't a national qualifier, and
Okay.
I was the only person there, like in
Oh,
my class, so I won it. And then the following week I went to another show because I didn't know this is me new. I was doing it myself.
oh,
I paid my money, got on stage. Man, I could show y'all pictures of how I was posing. My arm was like way up here,
we've all been there,
you
bro.
know, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. So I asked some people around. And what's crazy now is I reached out to all the guys that I compete against now.
Mm.
I reached out to all of those guys, and I remember guys like I didn't want to be those type of people. Like where I reached out as an amateur and nobody responded back to me, and then the following week I go get second in my class and I take a year off and then I turn pro,
Mm.
Wow.
and I reached out to these people and then now I've beaten all of them.
That's
And
that's great.
and I'm such a like down to earth person. I'll be like, I want to say I told you so
Mm.
and throw it in your face. But I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna be that person because that person made left a bad taste in my mouth because of who they were.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They were like, get a coach. I can't help you. You got to pay me. I'm like, I'm just asking how to pose. I just want to know how to do my front pose.
Mm.
Nothing else. Like you've been a pro for 4 years. This is my first amateur show.
Yeah.
So that track went very fast and I kind of liked it that way. But also I got my tail handed to me for 4 years straight as a pro. I had 16 by my name every show I did as a pro for the
Mm.
first 3.5 years.
What was that like?
Oh man, it was very, very humbling, man. Cause I turned pro fast and I thought I was good,
Yeah.
and I wasn't. I would say I wasn't good enough, but I was
Yeah.
good, but I wasn't good enough. And then I realized these guys were 8 to 10 years older than me.
Mm.
So therefore I started understanding that process as well. And then once I started understanding how bodybuilding worked, I hired a coach.
Mm.
And then I was still getting like 10th, 11th, 12th. And then I reached out to Mike Rattini, Unchained Physiques,
Yeah.
and it took us 6 months to dial it in. He got my head right, got the physique right, spiritually was good. Everything was just laid out perfectly. You know what I mean? Structured very well. And then I got second at the Arnold, my first time getting my invitation at the Arnold.
Wow.
And
You
Mike was
know,
your first coach.
Mike was my. I had a coach, but it was kind of like, hey, do this, and then check in with me next month.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Quite
Not
It
relaxed.
was kind of like, you know what I mean? It was kind of like that. And then if I called, you never answer. I mean, it was stuff like that.
yeah.
And I was like, I didn't know. I just thought that's how it worked.
Mm.
How did you
So
manage
when,
that Arnold qualification if you were getting like 10s and 11, 12 place?
hmm?
How did you manage to get the Arnold qualification? Because obviously now it's so
Um,
competitive.
um, again, I mean, y'all know how bodybuilding works.
Yeah.
You know how it works. Like nobody knows you, if you don't have potential or if you don't have the money, stuff like that. If you ain't having, that's why I went with Unchained Physique because he was already in the game.
Yeah.
I just hopped on a team and he welcomed me on the team and we went from there. I used everything that he had from his platform and then it got my physique the way that it did. I was natural my first 4 years,
Mm.
and then that when I got with Mike, I mean I got blood work done for the first time and we did everything and then I was with Dom Super Slice with Mike. They both coached me
Mm.
and that's the first time I ever got structured with bodybuilding, and then my career just took off from
When
from
was
there.
this? What
This
year was this?
this was 2022.
Okay. Wow,
Oh,
2022.
so
Not
Yeah,
really.
Whoa, that's not even that long ago, bro.
no, bro, it's like the last 4.5 years is how I got relevant. I mean, I won my first pro show. I actually won my first pro show. I went out to California by myself, no coach, no nothing. Like Mike and them coached me from home, but
Mm.
they didn't want me to do the show. But I told him, I said, hey, I know that I'm good enough to go win this show. I'm
Mm.
going up against the same lineup that I've beaten before. The lineup that I'm competing against were all second call outs. And
Mm.
I got second to Banks at the Arnold. I said, there's no way they're going to beat me. I said, strategy wise,
Yeah.
the eyes are on me because those same judging panel just judged me at the Arnold 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. That's
So
great
therefore,
thinking.
that's a win for me. I know I'm going to get a win because the lineup isn't Banks. It wasn't Diago. It wasn't none of those Brazilian guys. So
Mm.
again, I show up, I win. And I talk to a lot of my opposing clients and stuff now, and the kids that I mentor. I'm like, hey guys, it don't matter who's showing up. You
Mm.
show up at your best, and the tables will turn. It's a very subjective sport. If they like you, they like you. If they don't, they don't. We're just gonna bring our best. Mike planted that seed in my head where anytime I lost, it just wasn't my day.
Yeah, for sure. I totally agree with that. So let's say, for example, obviously, you told us there was a time in your competitive journey that you were coming like, what was 16, you were like, you weren't getting the placing that you wanted. But what kept you going then? Because a lot of people, when they keep getting like, the result that they don't want, they will be like, oh, do you know what? Bodybuilding isn't for me. Oh, do you know what? Maybe I'll go to do something else. But what kept you going even though you weren't seeing the result
Man,
that you wanted?
it goes back from early childhood, honestly.
Yeah.
I always got counted out. I always got like I wouldn't even say I got picked on.
Mhm.
Everybody, all of us got picked on by somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Growing up, we all got picked on by somebody. But I was always the guy where if I lost, I always went back to the drawing board. Even at 8, 9, 10 years old, I would ask my coaches or my parents, is like, what did I do wrong? What can I do better? Like, this is from an early stage. Like I didn't know. I guess this was just planted, or just I just was born with something like this.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to install that into some people. And I'm a good installer when it comes to it because I was just born with that gift. Where if I lose, I look at it as like, that guy was just better than me today. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? But again, sports is different. So in baseball, whoever has the most runs, that's who wins.
Hmm.
But I try to use that strategy into bodybuilding as well, where if I got beat by somebody, I ask them where did they beat me at.
Yeah.
So therefore, if that guy has a better chest than me, better structure, better conditioning, and if he has better structure, I can't do anything about that. I'm gifted with what I have. So therefore, I have to add muscle. I have to be more conditioning. So I try to get as much data as possible for myself. Because I'm never discouraged if I lose. I'm just saying, what can I do to get better?
Mm.
And then I go see where I messed up at in prep. So I go back in the 12 weeks and look, okay, I know for a fact I pushed hard this week because the numbers says it. Week 2, the numbers didn't move. So somewhere along the line, I didn't push as hard, or I messed up on my diet, or I didn't get to sleep. Like I try to data everything every single week. So
Mm.
when I do get into peak week, it's easier to peak me because we knowing what to do. But that goes back to playing little league football. And if I have 100 sprints to run, I'm gonna give it my all on those 100 sprints. And if I get beat by 10 people every single time with a 100 sprint, they're just better than me.
Yeah. Yeah.
They just have something I don't have. So again, but they look at me the same way when it's time to figure out a situation, everybody looks at me.
Mm.
So it's because I got the data. It's not saying that I'm smarter than people. I just did my homework and
Yeah.
I went back and figured it out. Oh, chapter 2, got it right there. That's where I
So
messed up
like
at.
all of the times that you weren't getting the results that you wanted, it was basically you just collecting data.
Yep.
Collecting data, what worked, what doesn't work, what did I do right, what didn't I do right, and then it all paid off when
Yeah.
obviously you went to Unchained Physiques. You
Last
probably
place
told them,
16,
yeah,
16, 16, 16, 10, 10, 5.
amazing.
Second, wins the pro show. And then after that pro show, I get to the Olympia, I get 11th my first year,
Crazy,
so close to the top 10, you know what I mean? And
crazy.
then after that year, I went back to the Arnold. I got third at the Arnold. I was kind of upset. I was like, y'all told me to do this, and then I didn't do that. But again, I had to catch myself and give them an emotional answer.
Yeah.
I grab myself and say, hey, what do I need to do? But
Mm.
I'm holding back everything that I really want to say. But as a professional athlete, I can't say that.
What were you
I have
trying to
to be
say?
professional. I was just gonna be like, how did this guy beat me? You told me, he beat me this week, but then I came back and I beat him this week and I got better and he didn't get better. How did that, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
again, having Mike and have a great coach on my team, or I'm on his team, he let it be known like it's a different judging panel. So different judging panel they're different subjectives. So they may like pink shorts, they may like white shorts, they may like blue shorts. They may like a guy with a big bubbly chest and freaking hard rock abs and no back. They're gonna pick him every single time.
It's
But
true.
then if I go to a show where they like small waist, broad shoulders, with a big back and the detailed abs, I'm gonna win
Mm.
because nobody else is gonna have that in that lineup. I'm gonna be the odd. People always say the odd man out. I was the odd man in. So therefore, if I'm in the box, they judge everything else around me. And most of the time when they do that, they usually move that person out so they can judge everything else.
Mm.
If you're that good.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I try to strive for, and that's what I want to push for whenever we start coaching business and stuff like that. I want to strive like, hey, we're going to be dominant. Expect nothing less. You know what I mean? That's how I in my head, and that's why I went from last to first.
Yeah.
And I want to keep doing that. A lot of stuff happened at last year's Olympia, so my thing is to,
Okay.
get back in that mix.
We're gonna go into that.
This is probably going to ruin Isaac's timeline of questions. So
Go for
sorry
it.
about
Do
that.
your thing, bro.
But so using this thought process that you use, then the homework, the data collecting, and moving forward, what do you think is it going to take? What do you need to do to get that top spot at the Olympia?
I just need to be more conditioning through the back. And I've got that's my only feedback. Like I used to have feedback, oh, I need to grow my legs, oh, I need to grow this, I need to grow this, I've balanced myself out so well after them telling me that, I don't need classic physique legs at 5'9", for a men's physique guy. I just need to be well balanced. And I've gotten that now, but they told me I need to have a more detailed back. And I was fourth in the world in 2023 and 2024, and I was a lot smaller. It's not necessarily I need more through the back. I just need to get peaked properly.
Yeah. Okay.
I need to peak properly. And when I peak properly, I mean I do very well, And the only thing that kept me from getting second and third place at those other two, I pinched my back on my pose at the morning show twice. I got moved out twice. They moved me back in, I got moved right back out. I could have been top 2 in the world back-to-back years posing. I pinched my back and I got moved out.
Something
So
as little as that, you see, guys, something as little as that can cost you big time on stage. And this is one thing we always, we emphasize with our clients, how important it is to be very, very anal about the posing, all those little things that you need, you're going to have to do on stage. Like you have to display your physique on stage. So if you're not practicing that, it can even happen to a top Olympian. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it can happen to anyone.
it happened to
Another
me
question I
three
wanted
times.
to ask
Three
you was,
times.
how close are you to your cap?
Um, Probably about 6 pounds, 7 pounds.
Oh, shit, you still got quite a lot of room, bro.
Yeah, so that's what I like to talk about, whereas like I'm 7 pounds from my cap and I still have a lot of room to grow. And the guys that are ahead of me that are beating me, I would say if I was still fourth in the world right now, the 3 guys that are beating me, they're older. So they have that maturity muscle on me. So if I cut down and cut down and cut down, I'm gonna look stringy, which I don't mind because they love that look from me. If I strip down, because I have really round muscle bellies,
Mm,
and you pull that down and then you fill it back up when you manipulate the water and the diuretics and everything. Like I learned something new from Isaac the other day,
mm,
where if we do a harsh diuretic, a person like with me with a bubbly muscle, it's gonna make me look like I never worked out a day in my life when we load back up.
black pepper.
It's the spill is gonna continue to happen. You're like, are you only gonna spill? Yeah, but if I keep eating, I'm gonna keep spilling, and it's making the physique even worse.
Mm,
So therefore, I did my homework where I took the diuretic out that we what previously using. I put expel in. I haven't used it, but again, it's very mild, so it doesn't push everything out. And I was like, I will put that in there
Yeah.
because
yeah,
if we
Once
go to the extreme, it messes it in
messes up
like
with the
yeah,
fullness.
it messes up
What
the whole
you
fullness
need.
of my look. And then if I'm not full, I'm not going to be able to stand to an Aaron Banks or a Ali or Ron Terry or even Brandon
That's the
or
thing.
Kyron.
Once you go flat from pharmaceutical diuretic, there's no coming back.
No
You're flat
coming
for the
back.
whole show then.
No coming back.
But the natural ones, the natural diuretics like Expel, or over here we have something called Peak Max,
Yeah.
like it is still possible. But again, because they're only mild, you can practice it beforehand, so you know exactly how you're going to respond.
Mm,
But that's the exciting thing with you, Dan. So you've still got room in the cap, and on top of that, potentially you can still get a lot more out of the peak. And
hmm
by doing that, that fullness against the skin, it might even not be a conditioning thing through the rear. It might just be a fullness and density thing.
It is. It is. It's fullness. Like if when we get off, I mean, I can send y'all videos of what I looked like last night at 198 before bed.
I
You
like to see
know,
that.
like I put it
I'd
on
love
my
to see the
story.
video.
I put it on my story just a second ago while I was waiting. I put it on my stories like I'm 21 weeks out for the Olympia. I mean, this is a great look for where I'm at. Dude, my lines are still completely deep. Like I could literally step on stage next weekend if I really truly wanted to
Mm,
because I properly did everything from the doctors. I've done everything with the food. Like I've done everything. Still stayed active,
yeah.
walking, cardio, and training hard. And my body is responding very well to it. And but again, like you said, man, it's a peaking and pushing the muscle to the skin thing, and I think we wasn't eating enough. When you pull me down and strip me down for so long, your body started to stress,
Mm,
and if you're stressing, you don't know where it's gonna go.
yeah,
You
yeah, yeah.
know.
Sure.
You
So let's
touched on
go for it.
being coached by Unchained, and then obviously this year you had a spell working by yourself. But obviously you mentioned the support and how that got you to the next level. How come you didn't just shift coaches, and what was it like prepping yourself for those couple of shows that you
I,
did?
I I actually I actually did hire a coach right after the Olympia once Mike retired to go into judging, and he's a promoter and the North Carolina state chairman. So it's a conflict of interest, so he couldn't coach me. It's not that I couldn't stay on the team, and I did talk to some of the coaches that's on the team, but again, at my level, I wasn't sure if they were going to be able to manage me very well. You're going from coaching 30 NPC people and then you have a number four in the world hop, that's
Yeah.
I don't know how it's going to work with you. I would rather have somebody that has that type of experience. So I went with somebody, and then it didn't work out. It didn't work out at all. I mean, the relationship was good, but I felt like I was being lied to, bamboozled, like all that. So I fired him, because I wasn't comfortable with it, and so me and my wife went to the drawing board. She's like, you know your body. Let's just try it out. So we went to the Arnold UK, and I loved the look because they told me I was flat through the back on from that show, but I knew why. The extreme diuretic, and it pulled everything out. Like 2 days before the show, I was like, I could win this show.
Mm,
Mhm.
And then he was like, "Let's do this." And I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna listen because I'm very coachable. I'm gonna listen to my coach because you have all my data."
mm.
So I did it, and then I was like, "Oh man, this is the most peeled I ever been." But my chest looked like it was caved in because I couldn't get full.
Gonna get the pump. Yeah.
And then once I start doing my back, y'all know the feeling when you get a back pump. It's like so tight you can't even put your arms down.
Mm,
I literally did this, and my hands were like by my side. I was like, "Dang,
yeah.
it ain't nothing in there." He was like, "We just need to eat more food. We need to eat more food." I was like,
Yeah. So
it's like getting on a slippy slide with no water. Like the
Yeah.
food ain't moving.
Game
Ain't nothing
over.
gonna move. And then on Monday I looked my best ever.
Yep. Yeah. Because
Yeah,
there's
I was like,
emphasis
wow.
that, yeah.
we looked over
And the
while you
correlation
were
of
in the
that, and
gym.
obviously stress dropping off from the show and things like that, your physique just comes right back to life, right? It's that there's nothing more frustrating as a competitor though. When you put in all that work, you just want to deliver your best look on stage, and then one small little thing like that, and you just know you're not your best.
hmm
And it's the
And
worst feeling in
like
the
like you
world.
just said, we could say that's a small little thing, but that's a drastic thing.
mm,
You
Oh,
know?
in terms of the effects it gives,
Yeah, the
yes.
the effect. I mean, it could be a little bitty thing. It's almost like the small pier in the crack of a dam. Like
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
if that water pressure keeps pushing, what's going to happen? You got to create a whole new dam now, other than just going to fix that little bitty problem, you know? And like, yeah, let's drink this much water. Let's drink this much water. I suggested was if I'm drinking 5 to 6 liters of water throughout that whole week, why don't I just pull the water back
Mm,
Yeah.
instead of nuking me and then now I have no water in me.
mm.
It's
We,
just
we
such a
looked at a
gamble.
video of you in the gym. I don't know if you boys remember, and it was crazy. It was a couple of weeks out. Do you remember, Isaac? And we had
Yeah,
this
yeah,
debate
yeah.
about replicating that look. You were in the gym. You must
Yeah.
have just finished. I don't know if it was a back session, and you were full as ever, tight as anything. It was a couple of weeks out from, I want to say, the first show of the season. It was like I was like, you bring that to stage, and it's lights out. And I
Yeah.
remember Isaac saying that look can't be replicated on stage because you didn't have like full access to a gym and that sort of thing. So it was kind of
Because like I always say to people, like it's like when you're in the gym, like when you're full of a couple of weeks before you step on stage, when you're eating normally, you're
Hmm.
well hydrated, you feel good, the stress isn't high. You look great. That couple of weeks out from the stage, maybe like 2 or 3 weeks out, 3 weeks out, that's like usually a very, very good look. Now,
Hmm.
what people normally do is they fuck it up by doing way too much shit leading into the competition. They do, oh, let's do a water loading, let's take him add in the diuretics. Let's do. I was like, bro, the guy already looks good, bro. Just keep everything the same. And that's
Man.
why I always say, like, most coaches, they overcomplicate the whole process. Whereas, like, if somebody is looking good, they're checking in, what you should do then is your data. As you said, you collect your data. This guy looks
Hmm.
good, he's dry, everything is in. You look at his back, look at his front, condition is good from the back, condition is good from the front. What did he do that week? Do you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We try to
Yeah.
replicate that on the peak week. But what most coaches do is like, okay, now it's peak week. Oh, it's the boo 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 week. Let's add
Yeah.
in water loading, diuretics, this, that, and the other. By the time you step on stage, the look is completely different.
And
It
they
is,
always do
bro.
it to
It
just
is.
chase that last 1%, and it just fucks everything up. But
Yeah,
I
bro.
think
Why not come? Why not, like, if you're 2 weeks out and you're at 95%, like your body is working well, and you go into peak week and your body is 99%, and then you like, oh, we can get that 1%. No, bro, bring this 99% on
Yeah.
stage, and he's gonna be freaking phenomenal. You're not gonna catch that 1%. And if you try to do that, you try, oh, let's just add a little bit more water and throw it in his diuretic. Yeah, this physique went from 99 to 65 within 24 hours, and you like, what happened? Like,
yeah.
I busted my tail for you to change everything. I can even talk about it from a football standpoint,
Mm.
where we practice all week for this team to play on Friday night, and then on Thursday we change the whole playbook.
Yeah.
We finna go out there and lose.
It's true. Good analogy, but it's true. It's what happens, and it's unfortunate to see. But yeah, man. Now we
It's
have.
it's old school. It's old school coaching, isn't it? Pharmaceutical diuretics. It does work some of the time. I'd say maybe 60-70% of the time it works. The times it doesn't work, it ruins it. So I don't think it's ever worth the gamble, personally.
Yeah, no. But let's take it back to one of your earlier days as well, Bill. Like, was there ever a time in your competitive journey that you were like, oh man, I don't know if I can keep going anymore?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah,
It
that's
was last year.
last year.
Yeah,
What was that?
yeah.
What kind of like what
I
made that
was, I
happen?
was, I was. I mean, just it was really, really overwhelming. The pressure that's on me, and then I got 11th. Like, I went from fourth to 11th,
Mm.
and it was like, I'm such a like homebody, and I love people.
Yeah,
And I'm like, man, I'm tired of putting my family and friends through all this.
yeah,
I'm tired of doing. And then I lost a friend like the day before the Olympia last year, and I'm like, do I continue to put people through this process of bodybuilding where I'm always in prep and I'm always toting Tupperware around? I'm always like, oh, I can't make it to this gathering. Oh, I can't do this. Oh, I can't do that, just because I'm in prep and I know that I'm chasing something,
mm,
but the people that's supporting me have always been there. And I continue to be like, do I continue to put these people through this?
mm,
And then I had like almost like a wake up calling where it's like, you're really good at this, and you're inspiring people, and that's why I feel like the devil was kind of creeping in. It's
mm,
like, if I quit now, I don't say those first 7 years of me competing was a waste, because I've inspired so many people with my story and what I do in the bodybuilding world to inspire people. Like, if I can change one life and bring them closer to God, bro, I can leave this earth right now happy,
mm.
because I've done my job.
Yeah,
And I try to do that through bodybuilding. But last year, I felt like after the Olympia, I was like, man, it's not worth it anymore.
mm,
And I felt like I got my mojo back getting in prep for the Arnold. And then I hired a coach, and it's like, man, I bust my tail for 17 weeks. And then the last day, you want to do this. And like, I'm like, dang, bro, I'm the one that did the work.
yeah,
And I trusted you, and then your coaching strategy. And then do I continue to do this?
It's
yeah,
So
tough.
I took matters into my own hand. I was like, I really enjoyed the look that I brought to the UK. And then I did the same formula for um, Charlotte when I got the win, and I was like, okay, I kind of like this. But I know I'm going to need some guidance, because I kept getting brain fogs, you
mm,
know. I'm so used to like following the playbook, and I didn't have a playbook. I had my own playbook.
Mm.
But again, I've had three different coaches, so I could use Alex Stewart. Can y'all see me? Hear me?
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
good.
yeah, you're still on.
Got you. Yeah, somebody's calling me. I didn't. Got you.
That's all
Uh,
good.
but yeah, man, it was tough, brother. It was very very tough to try to figure that out on like where would I go now? Do I become just a coach or do I compete at the highest level? And it was so much and it become overwhelming where I couldn't even think.
Mm.
Like I didn't know where to go, and I mean we've all been in those type of places before where we can pivot, but it's four ways you can pivot. So
Yeah.
you have to make that decision and go with it.
Mm.
And then you also have family, you have a wife, some people have kids. It's different variables can play out here based off of your decision.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
that's why I say it's overwhelming and man, I get on my knees and pray and like, hey, what do I need? What are you asking for me? What do you want from me? I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but like, what's your vision for me? I don't mind being in the lowest valleys, and I don't mind climbing the highest mountains. You
Yeah.
just let me know what I need to do. And what I came to realization was Isaac, where I came to an end of my lowest valley, and now it was now I am climbing my highest mountain, and that's where I feel like I'm at now. I don't mind doing the work.
Mm.
My boots are on the ground and they're strapped up tight.
That's goals.
I'm ready to go. That's how my mindset is when I feel like I'm at my lowest. I'm like, okay, when I'm overwhelmed and I'm tired and I feel like giving up, it's because I just finished a tough race.
Mm.
And now it's time to start this next one. Now I got to go up. So now I know I need to stop using my physicality and start using spiritually and emotions and using those two together to get me to the next level because I know that I'm tired. I just finished that marathon.
Mm.
How am I going to have the energy to go up this mountain that I'm about to climb? I don't even want to look up to look at it. I just want to just climb.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I took my physicality out of it and just used this because if this is good, everything else is going to have to follow.
Yeah. Like I love, man. I love that, bro. Like because like bodybuilding, a lot of people will see bodybuilding from the outside world and think, it's physical. It's we care about the physique. We care, which there's an
Hmm.
element of that, but it is more mental than most people can even imagine. Bodybuilding is a mental game, in my opinion, and it because it's from the brain, the body will follow, right? Your mind
Hmm.
leads the body. So if you're not all there, if there is some uncertainties, if there's doubts, if there's all kinds of cloudiness going on, that will also translate into your body. We know yourself, from stress, even cortisol level
Hmm.
will have an effect on how you look physically. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Um, and I can see from obviously what we've heard, like you're quite spiritual man. How big, how much has that played in your competitive journey?
Oh man, I put it this way. I'm the type of person with spirituality where I wait on God to tell me what to do, but also my God that I fear will literally grab me by my hand and be like, "Let's go."
Yeah.
And it happens so often,
Mm.
and I'm like, "Why don't I have the initial jump? Why I always have to wait on?" He's like, "Here you go, E-man. Here you go. I need you to do this." And I'm like, "Okay, what is this though?" And then I get yanked, and
Mm.
now I just got to go get pulled through the briars, through the dark roads, the tough mountains, and that's where it's at. But I guess that's just how I got built of what I have to go through the toughest things, and and my toughest things that I battle, man, are most of the time is spiritual and mental.
Yeah.
I'm pretty intact with my emotions now, and physicality, that's fine. I can control those. But those other two things, I get tested daily, and I love those tests because I know those tests aren't just coming for to a weak person because those tests are very hard.
Mm.
That's patience and it get tested a lot.
Yeah.
That's being obedient to God and that get tested a lot. That's where that's at, and it's always continue to be frustrating. And so when I do have these talks with guys like you, like I always say, be obedient, be still, and trust. Because if you don't, you're gonna either be in the same spot or you're gonna be in that dark depression hole and just stay there. And that's where the devil wants you to be at. So
Mm,
if you're feeling like you're not being attacked, it's because you ain't doing what you need to be doing.
love that, man. No, that's beautiful, bro. And to kind of take things into a different turn, we want to know what is your plan for this year, bro? What you about to do this year? What are you going to do on stage, man? Do you know what I'm
Man,
saying?
I have
Mr.
21, I
Olympia.
have freaking 21 weeks to bring the best package of my lifetime to the Olympia this fall.
Yeah, man.
And that's the goal, man. And like I said, I like to take things 1 week at a time. Like
Hmm.
if I can maximize my 7 days, training hard for those 5 days, or even taking a rest day in between. So training hard for 2 days, taking a active rest day, and then training really hard for those 3 days, and then taking a complete off day. If I can, when I execute those days like that with the food, the proper rest, and the proper training, getting body work done, making sure my mental is good, making sure my heart is good, and making sure my home is good.
Yeah,
So my environment at home dictates everything when I step outside of that door.
for sure.
If I control that, when I control that, which it is in control, it stays consistent with that. I don't think I can be beaten, and I don't think placement would justify me of my wins or loss at the Olympia. You know,
Yeah.
I know for a fact that I can bring in one of my best packages yet, and I know those other guys know too. You know what I mean? It's always a if. If he comes on, he beat all of us.
Mm.
But if he's not, he's probably going to be fifth or sixth.
Again, I think that's six.
He's that good. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
again, I think that's the exciting thing about you because again, you are under your cap as well, and you're still smoking a lot of guys that can't really do much more. Like they've already maxed out the cap, they're already got the maximum amount of muscle tissue they can carry, and you're still beating them. And on top of that, you said earlier that you're actually in a really good spot going into this prep. So that gives you in a fresher position as well, which is only going to bring a better look to the stage later this year. So because you're in a fresh position, and because you know that the biggest thing that you need to master is your peak week, what is your game plan around that? Do you have a game plan in place? Do you know what you're going to do?
I'm been talking to George Farah this morning about a lot of things on what we're gonna do moving forward. Giving blood tomorrow, and then blood work is getting done. I think Friday or Monday. I gotta check the date.
Mm.
Um, and we go from there. And I've done my job of what he told me to do for the last 2 weeks, and it's been perfect. He's like, I know how you are, I know what you're doing, just don't abuse it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And he said if you're gonna go crazy, train super hard, make sure you stay on top of your cardio and keep your mental intact. Because you lose that, you're gonna get fat. He was straightforward with me. He said, you lose your mental, you're gonna get fat. And now you're not giving me much to work with. And based off of what I looked like this morning and last night and this morning, I sent him some pictures and stuff, and he was like, you gave me a great foundation.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's great, man. I'm looking forward to seeing this new package, man. Because
Oh man, you're gonna see it every week. I'm gonna send it to
yeah, man,
you.
you said it, man. I want to see you, bro. I want to see how you come in, man. Because we've all said it, bro. Like, if Eman brings it, like, and which everyone knows it, you know yourself, bro. Like, and it's not even like bringing it. It's like because you do bring it, but it's like, as you know yourself, it's like that little bit more detail from that back, and you know it. We all see it. Because that
Mm.
front, bro, that front is dangerous. Your front is unbelievable. Abs, chest, fullness, shoulders. And you got the back as well. And we've always thought, like I've always thought, is it a density thing? Is it a peaking thing? Like, what is it that is stopping you from getting that?
Man, I wish I could show y'all what I did, what I posted on my story.
We'll have a look.
I wish I could show y'all right now.
You
It's
know what?
from last,
We'll
Ah,
have a look.
ah,
We're
yeah,
gonna bring it up, bro. We're gonna bring it up.
man, bro.
Let's
And I'm
let's,
sitting here, I'm like,
let's have a look.
this look would have smashed everybody from Arnold to here. Like that 198 look from last night. So I'm thinking like, yeah, I'm just not pulling down far enough into the depths where I can feel back up to that 194.
Mm.
You know
mm.
what I mean? So that's where I'm at with it. I'm like, oh, I could have just died in like 2 more days. You know what I mean? And then brought it back up then.
Let's have a look. This is, bro. You're still looking shredded, bro. Let's see if we can zoom that in a bit. Look at that. still full as well.
That's
Okay.
yeah.
Very cool.
Bro, look at that.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, that's the detail. Because that's not even stage lighting, and you can still see all that detail there. Yeah, that's good.
Damn, bro. All right. 21 weeks out as well, yeah? Bro's not
Yeah,
playing. You need to start firing
Wow.
shots at Ali, bro.
right now. You could be like, and then my next story, I need to post that and be like, Ali could never.
Oh, yeah. Stir the pot, bro. Stir the pot. He loves it. Nah, but I'm excited. This is gonna be really good, man. Really, really
Yeah,
excited
man.
for that.
I'm definitely gonna be in your ear a lot too, Isaac, about like what would you think from an athlete standpoint, or even from a coaching standpoint to an athlete standpoint, because I'm actually still competing.
Mm.
Just like, hey, like what would you do from my standpoint
Yeah, man.
of where I'm at right now, moving forward? Like the question that you asked me, I can ask y'all three.
Yeah.
What got y'all to do what y'all do? Like what pivot y'all three?
Well, into bodybuilding.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, shit. We've been interviewed now, guys.
Wasn't
Cool.
expecting
Uh,
that.
Bro, I mean, damn, do we even have enough time, bro? I think we all have three different stories. Do you know what I'm
Yeah.
Run through it
saying?
quick.
We
Fast
want to
track.
do it quick, yeah. So you know a little bit more about me. So how do I get into bodybuilding? Okay, so I moved from Ireland to the UK at the age of 17. So that was 2014. And I didn't know anyone when I moved to the UK, man. I had a very thick Irish accent, like very, very strong, bro. Like it's not as strong now because I've been I've integrated. So, bro, like, and before I actually left Ireland, I was playing basketball. I was playing basketball for quite semi-pro. You can call it semi-pro. I was playing
Hmm.
for a really good club where we were playing, traveling all over the world competing, which was fun. And then I ruptured my Achilles, which I have tendonitis now on that same Achilles as well. So it's never been the same. And that pretty much stopped my basketball days, both. But also going back to what you said, I already had at the back of my mind that I was never gonna be that guy in basketball, especially even just playing in Ireland as well. Even though like I had sponsorship to play basketball in the UK, but I never went down that path. So I needed something to do because I was always an athlete. Similar like
Hmm.
you need an outlet. And I was like, you know what, bro? I was skinny. I was always been a skinny kid. I was picked on before being skinny. I was like, I'm just gonna get a gym membership. So I got my first ever gym membership when I was in uni. Just going into the gym, I had no friends, didn't know anyone. So I was spending 2, 3 hours in the gym every single day, bro. 7 days a week, 2, 3 hours in the gym, and that's how I met people. And then I maxed out the gym in terms of the weights, and I went to a bodybuilding gym just because I wanted, to just try something different.
Hmm.
That's kind of where I kind of see, bodybuilders, and somebody saw my physique because I responded really quickly, like in 6 months to a year, but I just grew massively. You know
Yeah.
how it is.
Them
And then they were
genetics.
like, okay, yeah, genetics, bro. Like, and similar to your story, someone's like, you know. Well, you should try compete, try
Yeah.
compete.
I was like, I'm good, bro. I just like I enjoy working out.
Literally, because I can relate to your story because it was very similar to mine in that sense. It was like I had no clue what competing was, no clue what bodybuilding was. The only type of bodybuilding I knew was Ronnie Coleman and Arnold with the budget smugglers. I was like, nah, man, not for me. But then I started looking into it because it sparked a curiosity because I was like, maybe I can do something to like, I don't know, to just be more competitive. And I knew I couldn't play basketball anymore, can't play
Hmm.
football anymore, can't do anything running based anymore. So then I decided to look into it, and Sadiq was my guy. It was the guy that I looked up to, you
Yeah,
know.
I love
Uh,
Sadiq.
yeah, he was that guy that I was like, oh man, I love the way he posed because he was a good poser then, he was posing, he was doing all that type of stuff. I was like, this looks cool. And that's how I got into it. I came last in my first ever competition, and being a competitor, that pissed me off, man.
Bro, I'm telling you.
Yeah. And
It's
that
it's like
was,
somebody it's like somebody like it's almost like an aggravating fly.
yeah.
It's like because you'll forget about it and then they come
Mm.
back, bro. Like and I
Bro.
get mad again. It was like, "Ah, bro,
Oh
what if
man.
I would have done this? Am I,
That's it. Yeah. I was like, okay, let me see. Let me try again because I can't accept coming last. But what the heck? I never came last
no.
before. All right, cool. Let's try something else. The next show I did was the East of England competition. I came second a few weeks later, and then I qualified for the British finals. Came third in the UK, all in the space of 8 weeks. You know what I'm saying? That's all right, cool. Let's
Oh,
see how.
you was really pissed off. At least I took a year off.
No, I was not accepting that, bro. I was pissed off. And that was my story, bro. And I just kept going from there.
Wow, that's
I like
crazy,
that, man.
man.
That's a pretty dope story, man. You had more initiative than I did. You know, I was like, you know what? I ain't finna let these people keep judging me.
Yeah,
The guy told me, he's like, you need to sit down and you should go to nationals next May. And I was like, okay, and I listened, and I hired a coach and I turned pro.
yeah. No, yours. I didn't turn pro till like 3 or 4 years later, bro.
But again, though,
At least
like
you
but the
boys started,
level of
bro.
competition that you had to go up against is
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
completely different from
It
me.
is. It is. You know it, Matt, about like the UK. There was a time in the UK there was one pro card a year.
It's
Yeah,
that
I
time,
remember
bro.
that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
It's
then if
that.
you got that pro card, you were automatically you was an Olympian the next year.
Oh, yeah.
Straight
You're always going to be one of the best. Yeah. And the thing is, like every single show, there was like 20 to 30 guys
per
just at
class.
regional shows.
Yeah.
And it was a very tough way to try and get a pro card, right? But I was
Hmm.
going to say, like, my story is very different from you boys, you genetic freaks. I'm still an amateur over here. Like, I've been competing the longest, and I'm still an amateur. But do you boys watch Dragon Ball Z, or
A
did
Yeah,
you?
little
I
bit.
do.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's what got me into bodybuilding, bro. Just fucking love that cartoon and WWF. I wanted to be a WWF wrestler when I was younger. So that's what got me into bodybuilding. And then my first show was 2014. And party lifestyle where I'm from. So I used to do a lot of partying between it. So it kind of like stopped me progressing. So I've only really been taking it fully seriously again the past 6 years. I'm getting closer to that pro card.
Yeah, man.
I'll get it. I'll get it.
Come on over here and get it, man.
Man could
Yeah.
just come over. 1 weekend done.
That's it.
Nah.
James, you're back. Your internet
Sorry,
seems better.
sorry, boys.
James on prep. That's why he's got the thingy up.
What you got? What you got next, James?
I'm 7 weeks out.
What show?
Spain, is it Alicante Pro? I think it's called.
You
Empro.
going
And
you going up you going up against Sid?
yeah.
Yeah, and then it's
You
there's
can beat
3 Euro.
Sid, bro. You can beat Sid, bro.
That was going to be one of my questions for Eman to give James a little physique review.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, I
Yeah,
love
bro.
this.
I've been
All right.
watching, bro. You can beat him.
All right. Let's get him up. Let's get him up.
You know what I think? You know what I think you need?
Mhm.
You need a little bit more charisma and confidence.
Yes. Yes. That's what we tell him every single week.
Well, we all say
Every
this.
time I see your post and you posting on your story, I'm like, dang, I wish you would just charisma. Like, you let us show us, you look good. That's
Agreed.
what we need. Like, it's like you're still kind of shy and timid a little bit about showing off your physique, and it's like, bro, you're so good though. Like, you're good. Why don't you believe that you're good? I know that you think that, but we don't see that.
I feel like I need to earn my stripes before everything comes out.
Freaking crazy back, bro.
Look at that, bro.
What have I done? 3 or 4 pro shows, one first call out, and the rest kind of nothing. Kind of what you said.
So you remember that first time you got first call outs
Yeah,
and how excited you was?
bro, I was standing there in a big lineup, 25 or so. And I was standing there just smiling, just smiling. My name's Sterling Waters, so I'm lost. So they've got like 5 minutes. And I'm like, yeah, yeah, they're done. I'm just gonna stand there smiling. And they called my number. I called my name. I was like, what? I just went up there and I'm just grinning like a Cheshire cat and I'm just loving it.
Yeah, man. Like you're phenomenal. Like you got a phenomenal physique, bro. And like I wish you would like just show it all. Like I said, charisma and confidence. Like just it needs to pour out. Like even in like your check-in videos, like start practicing it to showing like we see that you have the physique. I think you just need to believe that you have the physique.
Bro, that's what we always say to James, man. We gas him up a lot, but he doesn't gas us up, bro.
Hey, we gassing him up and the gas just going right through the tank. It ain't even stopping.
But yeah, no, he's got an unbelievable physique and he will do well, you know. And but James, you've heard Eman's story about like, you've done a few couple of pro shows now, didn't get the result that you wanted. But my guy didn't get the result he wanted for like 4 years, bro. He kept on going, kept on knocking, and then look at him now. So man, your time will come, G. You
I
know?
think your time is this year too, but you just have to believe it. It's your time, bro. Like opportunities are given, and they're literally sitting here like, here, bro. Like it's yours. You just
Go get it.
like you look great. You just need to present it like, okay, I'm the best looking guy here today. Nobody's coming close to me. This is my show to win. You know, that's what it needs to pour out of you. I know that you say that, and I know that you think that. We don't see that. That's when I talk about the charisma of like dominating the stage. When you step foot on that stage, nothing else matter than everybody else. Your front pose look better than everybody, my back pose look better than everybody. Okay, James, you leave the stage, we'll judge everybody else. That's the type of confidence you need to have in your head.
Sick. Yeah.
But I need the physique to match that, and I need it to be.
But the physique is there. You just need to tell yourself, like, I've worked my tail off and it's there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man's got mad body dysmorphia, bro.
Yeah, big time. Big time.
You look
I
at it.
hope you do start believing in yourself this year, James,
Yeah,
because
no,
the thing is, mate, you always look great, but this year you've really leveled up. This is the biggest you've ever been. And you're right now, the condition that you're in a great spot too.
You look like you're probably 3 weeks out, even though I know you're 7 weeks out. You look that freaking good, dude.
And your posing's improved massively. Like when I saw you on Thursday, your posing was great. So this is the best you've ever been. And we're all really excited for your season.
100%, bro. I can't
You're gonna
wait.
beat you're gonna beat Sid if you believe you can beat him.
Let's go.
The thing in my head is with the Spain show, the European shows, because obviously over here we've got only got one pro show in the UK. So the European shows, there's three, and it's like weekend after weekend after weekend. So if you don't get that result kind of in the first one, you're more than likely have the same lineup in all three of those shows.
I've seen it. I've seen it where I can't think of the guy name. I know it's always Emil Walker, and then it's another guy. I think he's
Mauro?
it's a mixed guy. He's mixed. He's light, very,
Omar.
very light skinned. He got the really boxy waist, but
Oh.
he poses like on the side, but he always is in that top three mix, you know?
It's got to be
Uh
Mauro Biaro, the Spanish guy.
I can't think of his name. I think he competed at Romania last year.
Are you talking about Marcus? Marcus Privet?
No,
No,
I can't
he
be.
didn't do. Anyways, but yeah, no, like the main guys in the UK is well, not U well, I say UK is Emil, they have Tyler, they have Omar, and
Could be European Isaac though.
you'll be European, you reckon? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do a physique review of Tamas.
Oh yes, Tamas is another host, but he wasn't able to come in today. So and then we have a look at Matt as well, yeah?
No, no, no.
Yes, yeah.
Don't worry
We
about
have
me.
to do you.
Let's look at Matt first since he want to deny everything.
Yeah, go on, let's go. Let's go look at Matt. All right, let's go. Let's go.
I'm not even men's physique anymore.
He's moved up to classic now, man. He's moved
We've
on
got to see the men's physique shots first though.
for sure. Where is he? All right, that's his classic shots. He just moved on to classic like a few weeks ago.
How do you feel about that decision?
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm excited. I keep losing to guys with tiny waists in men's physique, so I'm excited for classic.
I got you. I got you. Dude, you look great, man.
I do okay. I do okay. I'm just not quite there, and yeah, I'm excited to try something new. So this is Tony, who I was against. He beat me. He's come very close to the pro card this weekend, just gone actually.
Yeah.
You look better than him.
He's got a great taper. He's got a very small waist.
But you do too, though. Like you pose very well on that. Like I don't know, man. I'm not trying to be biased. He looks good, but you look. I can pick it apart. You know.
Yeah, apples and oranges, maybe. I know it was close. I think the judges said it was like 1 point between us, but either way, it doesn't matter too much. I
You
think
think
maybe,
you look better? You look better in a flex pose instead of standing pose. Like you look better like with flexing, like your front
Classic.
double
Yeah.
bicep, your favorite classic pose. You
yeah,
look better like based off what I just saw. Yes, you look better as a classic competitor than you do a men's physique competitor because as I put it this way, as a black guy, most black guys look good just standing there.
yeah.
You know what I
I
mean?
know what you
But
mean.
if your muscles are contracted, it's like, oh man, like that's that classic look that you enjoy when you're more comfortable with it. You know what I mean? You know, if we say back double bicep, that confidence, like, yeah, I know that my back is better than yours, and I know that my side chest is better than yours. You know, so therefore, if he beats you on two poses and you beat him on the other four, you're gonna win. But with men's physique, you got two. You mess up on a pose, you're screwed.
Exactly that. You hit the nail on the head. It just gives me so much more freedom to display my physique in different ways.
You're
And yeah,
peeled, dude. I tell you that.
I did a classic show last week and I won, so it was nice.
Look
So
at that, man.
I'm gonna
Look
stick
at
to
you. Moving on up.
Yeah,
that.
man. No, I smashed it. No, he's definitely someone to watch in the classic scene for sure. Now we've got Tomas, which is another host. Now he's a freak. Freak of nature, this guy.
Yeah, he looks good.
Look at that.
Very good. So Tamas is 3.5 weeks out.
From what show?
We're flying over to Miami.
Oh, the Miami show?
Yeah, we're gonna do that one, and then Florida 1 week after.
You his coach?
Yeah. And
That's
then
gonna
we've
be
got the
good.
European runner shows after that. So Spain, Italy, and Portugal.
See, I got to stand next to this fucking monster.
He's a
Oh, bro,
beast.
but that's good. That's good competition, though.
That's what you want,
100%.
bro.
Really good competition.
You're
I
both
mean, it's
strong in your
but
own
again,
ways.
like both of y'all have everything, so it's gonna be very subjective. Like whoever peaks better, that's who will win.
You're both strong in your own ways. So, well, I truly believe you're both going to be in the mix there.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, I agree as well. Now it's gonna be good as bodybuilding always is subjective. So it's gonna be happening now just on the day to see what does the judge prefer? What does the judges
Hmm
prefer? And that's what it comes down to a lot of the time. You nail it, both of you guys nail it. It's just gonna be fun to watch.
Yeah, it's a toss up. I mean, you both
That's it.
nail it. You know, I say you bring that charisma. I think you win.
Yeah. Let's do me for shits and gigs, and then we
Yeah,
can round it up. Let's do the
Hey,
retired bodybuilder. I don't even know if I'm retired.
Natty Isaac.
that's
Let's
what we want to
go.
see. Hey, Isaac.
What, you want to say Isaac now?
hey, yeah, Isaac in a whole nother level than y'all, man.
Let's-
Isaac a whole nother level. When Isaac at 100%, he a whole nother level than y'all. That's
let
just
me
being real, guys. I'm a very honest person.
let me
Oh
see if I
yeah.
can get
We've all
Mike
said
here.
Isaac could get to the Olympia, but
I decided
he's
not to.
taking a break now. He's taking a break.
Yeah, Isaac definitely should be an Olympian.
There we go. That's one of the latest.
Yeah, that's hard to beat. That's hard to beat, guys.
Yeah.
And you
Look at that.
look at Isaac's face. That's that charisma.
Yeah, that's it. That's the charisma. You better
That's the
study that.
charisma.
Screenshot it. Screenshot it. That
Yeah.
should be that's your screensaver for 7 weeks.
That
Isaac.
Isaac, that
Isaac
was
is your
your
screensaver for 7 weeks.
that was your best ever look.
Yeah, that was my best ever look. Yeah,
So
100.
so good, man.
Yeah, yeah. This is definitely a look that, yeah, I'm happy that I brought to the stage. If I can't replicate this look again, I ain't going back on stage, bro. But the thing is, I still need to lose more. Obviously, I'm still not as lean as I'd like to be from the back. Do you know what I'm
You
saying?
presented it very well though.
For sure, bro. That's part of the game as well, presentation. You know?
But your abs are usually the last thing to come in detail, but they were in on that show.
Yeah.
I thought you should have beat that guy though, bro.
Bro,
Yeah,
the
They
amount
got
of
it. They
people that
got it
said that.
won.
Yeah.
His waist is so big.
So blocky, bro. Oh my days. I had a couple of judges come up to me when they were presenting me with this. They were like, "We had you winning. I had you winning," and it came down to the head judge. So
Yep.
Uh,
it is.
Hey,
But yeah,
that's
it
why I
is.
say. That's why I always say, man. It's like it's subjective. You don't know.
But yeah, nah.
who was the judge at that show?
It was it Jack?
Jack Sullivan.
Jack
Jack
Sullivan.
Sullivan.
Yeah, it was Jack Sullivan. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what? That guy competes a lot in the America. That's probably why. That's why they picked him over you.
Yeah. I reckon so.
You're not a familiar face to him. And
And
that happens a lot with the guy from y'all from overseas when y'all come to America, and I'm like, God dang, these guys look good, and then 10th place. I'm like,
Makes no sense.
what? My eyes aren't deceiving me at all because
Yeah,
like for the criteria, this guy fits it the best.
yeah,
How is he ninth?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It is what it is, you know.
Was he an Olympian as well, Isaac?
Yeah, he came
Yeah.
like I think the couple of years before, a couple of weeks before he came like second in Dubai.
Right. Okay.
To yeah, he got second in Dubai against the guy that always wear those red shorts, the white
Miroslav.
guy.
Millsop, yeah, Millsop.
Miroslav.
Yes.
Yeah, MJ. Yeah, so he came second. So he already had like the momentum. So when he won, I was a bit annoyed, but I was like, I hear it. You know, it's the game. I understand it. I've been in the game long enough to understand. It's
Hmm.
just one of them ones. You can't let that annoy you. So it is what it is. But yeah, no, I appreciate the time taken to have a look at our physiques, Eman. I know obviously we've been on here for a while, but before we round things up, we always like to ask a question to our guests just to inspire, you know, the people that look up to you or even the people that are up and coming in the game. What would you say to two people, an amateur trying to turn pro and a pro trying to make to the Olympia? What would you say would be the main thing for them to focus on? Because you've been both.
Yes. And I would say, I mean, if I can speak here to him directly,
Yeah.
uh, stay consistent, man, and control what you can. And don't try to get upset about the uncontrollable things because a lot of variables are going to be thrown your way, and it's nothing you can do about it. You entered a sport by your own, like you wanted to do this,
Mm.
so you cannot be upset or get mad about something being very subjective that you don't have any control over. You decided to do this sport, you know, and what comes with it, you have to accept it. If not, this is not for you. Like you pivot to go to classic, and which I think that's a very great business move for you because you are a great men's physique guy, and you capped out on it. Okay, my body wants to continue to get better, so you pivot to go to a new level of the sport, and that's great from my standpoint. Telling you that's a great move because you knowing you can be better. You just capped out here. From that's me telling you from my standpoint to where you at going trying to enter the next level of your bodybuilding career. But as a pro that's trying to be an Olympian, you got to go back to the basics. Go back to the basics. It's not telling you to start over. You got to go back to why you started. Because when you get to that national level to transition into a pro, you basically starting over again. Like you went from the top of the amateurs, and now you're starting over as a pro. Now you got to come compete against a guy like me, and what do you do from there? Do you become a fanboy or you become a threat? Okay, he's a man just like me. He works out like me. He does what I do. Why can't I beat him? Yeah, I've been in the sport a little bit longer. It's gonna take a little bit more groundwork to do it.
Come on, James.
And
Have that mindset. Come on, James.
so that's that, bro. And like I said, it's easier said than done, but you have to capitalize on the things you can control. When you do that, you should be happy with what results happen then, because you've done everything you needed to do. That's an amateur and a pro and an Olympian. When you become an Olympian, it's literally these little bitty things that could change your physique dramatic.
Hmm.
As an amateur, you can come in full and win the whole show, or you can be peeled and win the whole show. But again, you have to have 50 and 50 of that to turn pro. But when you're a pro, you need to be maxed out at both of them if you want to be
A
the
good
top
point.
level guys. And James, charisma, polished.
Definitely.
Sick.
Definitely. Some food for thought there for sure.
There we go, bro. You gotta have that, NSU mindset. You know what I'm saying? Like we need to, as we always say, like I'm a big believer of this. It's like believing you've achieved it before you've even achieved it.
Yes,
You know what I'm
see
saying?
it,
Like
see it.
see it. You need to grasp it. That shit should be in your when you're sleeping, you should be dreaming about like holding that trophy. Do you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like that's what I'm thinking about because the more I think about that, the harder I work because I want that. You know what I'm saying? I want that feeling. I want to get that feeling that I'm grasping. It's like when you get your first high, if you guys take any, if you take your first high, you're trying to get that same feeling sometimes if you've done it long. It's like that same high. You're trying to get that same high. The similar
Hmm.
thing in my mindset is like whenever I'm dreaming, I'm visualizing how I would feel if I'm winning a pro show. When I'm putting in the work, doing the cardio, I'm still envisioning that because I'm like every step I take is get me closer to that
Hmm.
goal. Every
I
time I
like it.
practice is another practice my pose and I hold my poses is another opportunity for me to outpose another person. So whatever I'm prepping, that is the type of environment I'm cultivating. And that's another advice I'll give to anyone that wants to, do well. I'm not even all that, but I'm just saying what's worked for me to get to the position I was, and obviously Emmanuel can probably say the same thing. But yeah, Emmanuel, it's been an absolute pleasure having
It's
you
great
on the
being on with y'all
podcast,
guys,
man.
man. I appreciate y'all guys taking the time to have me on today.
Now it's been
We'll have
really
to
good.
that one after you win that O title.
Yeah, man.
Oh man, if I win that, I'm gonna be feeling myself for at least 48 hours. I'm not gonna talk to nobody.
Was it
I
on
ain't
Nah,
gonna talk to
purpose?
nobody for 48 hours. I'll send Isaac a text and like, hey, I'll send you. I talk to you in 48 hours, man. Let me
It's on
soak it
purpose.
in, and then I call you.
I hear it, man. Nah, it's been great, bro. I no, you've dropped a lot of gems, and I'm sure loads of people would be able to take a lot from this. So appreciate you having you on the team, and we're gonna take on the team on the podcast. We're gonna take a little picture before we let you go.
Y'all see it, man. The Hunter Classic right here, October 24th. Y'all already see it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
for
need y'all to
sure.
bring all your clients over here. Hey, James, you got clients? October 24th.
Yeah.
Tell you
I
what,
know you already coming over here in May, so you might as well come back in October.
if you make that a pro qualifier where international people can come over and compete, then well, I'll take clients over there.
What
No
what
problem.
division? Because if I'm actually competing as a men's physique, I can't have it at my show.
Really? Is that right?
Yeah, because I'm still active competitor.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Well, so look, surely amateurs though, amateurs can do it, right?
Yes. Amateurs. Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So if you make your show a pro qualifier and make it so UK people can compete in it, I'll bring clients over. That's not a problem
There we
because
go.
Give
we
me
can't do
give,
that. We can only
give
do it
me
for Arnold's.
give me a year.
Yeah, okay.
So
All
But
right.
I want you to come over there. You want to turn pro this year, so you can't compete at it. So it's gonna be either fit model or men's physique.
there we go. All
All
right, let's
right.
go. Let's go. We got it next year, pro qualifier, the Hunter Classic. That's it. That's it. All right, guys, we're gonna let you guys go. Catch you guys in the next episode. See ya.
See
Later.
y'all guys.